Maggie, did you have any idea about how many families are homeless in Williamsburg and how many children might be represented in those families?
I definitely knew that there were homeless people in Williamsburg. I have seen panhandlers at intersections. I know that homelessness affects families, so I know that kids are also involved, but I just don't know to what extent.
Ronan, had you ever heard of the House of Mercy before our service day? And what do you hope that you would be able to learn through our service at the House of Mercy?
So I personally have only heard of the House of Mercy and have never visited. And as a senior class, we will be visiting next week. And I think we're going to see as a class the real issue and the prevalence of the issue in our community. And especially how we can help as students as we go off into our lives, how we can help and give back to our community, and what these people at the House of Mercy are doing to benefit those in need.
So Tatiana, what do you think it would feel like to be a homeless person? What do you think some of the emotions that a homeless person might feel?
Oh my goodness, I can hardly imagine it. I'm sure a homeless person would feel extremely lonely and hopeless and like they have nowhere to turn, and I just can't even imagine experiencing something like that. I know that personally we take things for granted. Our beds, our being able to take a shower every day, but for homeless people they just don't have that, and I just can't even imagine being in that situation. But I guess I'm very thankful for organizations like the House of Mercy that are there to help those people so that they have something to help them get them back on their feet.
Sam, what do you think could be done to help solve the situation of poverty in our community?
So poverty is definitely a big issue in our community and also nationwide. I think it all starts with spreading awareness to others, because a lot of people, they go on with their daily lives not really thinking others are living this way. So I think advertising through the media, through churches, through services such as the House of Mercy, just spreading awareness that people all understand this issue will really help. I also think providing educational routes so that people can provide for their families, go on to make money so that they have a way to pay for things is really important to reducing poverty as well. Yeah.
We're really happy to have the kids from Walsingham here today to do this immersion activity. We really want to give them an opportunity to see that so that we can bridge the gap between the people that we're assisting and the people here in the community, that, there before the grace of God go I, that we for them to be able to do this service activity here today has really helped us out tremendously. We've got the kids counting coins over here. Somebody had a baby bottle collection at one of the local churches, and we got tons of coins. So the kids are counting all of the money for that. Later this afternoon, they're going to shuttle over all of the food from the catacombs that we had to set up a temporary office space over there while we were doing the renovations. We'll be filling the extra food pantry with shelves, and they're helping to stuff all of the flyers and all of the literature in bags for our open house event. So this is helping us tremendously. If the weather clears up, they're going to plant a community garden this afternoon that will be just for the kitchen, so that our chef can draw from the garden to have fresh herbs to add to the dishes that he's serving when we open our soup kitchen and our day shelter for the homeless again in a few weeks. So we're really excited to have the the kids from Walsingham here, just to be able to be part of what we're doing here at House of Mercy. And hopefully these immersion exercises have given them an opportunity to see what it's like to have to come to a place and ask for assistance, to have to come and kind of bare yourself and talk about your family finances and your personal situation with someone you don't know, and to just be able to have to bare yourself that way to ask for assistance. So we're hoping that this is going to be meaningful for the kids as much as it's helping us.
And you're in the county? Yeah. In James City? Yes. Are you a member of this parish, or do you know anything about I can give you the lady's name who is our Hispanic coordinator, the person who helps our Spanish families, and she can help you go to these different places, or at least maybe give you some assistance on how to reach out and how to be able to talk to those folks and find out who the individual is, or how you can communicate a little bit more easily.
Thank you.
Okay? And do you need clothes for the children?
Yeah, but probably because they're growing pretty fast.
Okay, do you know what are their sizes now?
All
okay.
24 months.
Okay.
Size. 12 to 24 months.
Okay. Well, we have children's clothing, babies' clothing, up to 24 months. So if you need help with that too, we can help you.
We're really grateful for the House of Mercy and that they're able to help people that are living that scenario.
Yeah, definitely. It's if I ever find someone who's struggling, I definitely guide them this direction, because this place really helps people try to, helps their needs, and then it helps them become, individuals again. So hopefully they can, be self-reliant and turn their lives around. It's not just helping them; it's trying to help them long term. Yeah.
Shannon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
What's your name?
Jose.
Jose. Okay. What are you here for today?
We need help. We're recent immigrants from Guatemala.
Okay.
And I'm currently working for a construction company, but they only pay me in cash, and there's no health insurance. It's enough to live on, but just barely. And with the baby on the way, we're not sure how we're going to support a family.
And you say that you're paying for rent where you are right now?
Yes,
We're staying with a friend.
Yeah, just chipping in when we can.
Okay. And are you going to be able to stay there?
Temporarily.
Have you worn out your welcome yet?
But not long term. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what we'll do is I'm going to get you a referral to go over to Old Town Medical Center so that you can start getting prenatal care. Old Town Medical Center is our partner here in the community that sees all of our new OB patients. They'll be able to get you started they'll do the diagnosis, they'll be able to get you started with things like prenatal vitamins, ultrasounds, and then for food, you can come in here every 30 days, you can go to Fish every 30 days. It's going to be hard to go hungry in Williamsburg. Seasonally, we're going to have things like flu shots and blood pressure checks. Old Town Medical Center will start seeing people here once we get fully reopened. They're going to start seeing people here once a month. So we'll be able to have some additional resources for you all. Okay.
This is just so amazing. We're so grateful, and we can't believe that we actually found a place that was willing to help us, and we're so immensely grateful for everything that House of Mercy did for us. Alright, so hi, I'm Tatiana, and I was playing Lilita in the role play scenario, and it was really interesting because they definitely asked us a lot of questions that we weren't necessarily prepared for. And just kind of things that we wouldn't necessarily think that I would have to know, or that I would have thought were important in that situation. But it definitely opened my eyes to see that, wow, these are real people that need all this help, and they need all these little nitty-gritty details that the House of Mercy is willing to help them with.
And I was playing Jose in the role, and it was really fascinating and encouraging to see the extent that the House of Mercy is willing to go to help people like us that were in this position, and all of the different kinds of services they can put you in touch with and help you in any scenario. So yeah, it was really wonderful to see everything that they've been doing.
Building, everybody's working here. We want to get them self-sufficient, and we want to get them stabilized. We're fortunate enough here to have everything under one roof so that we can really start to get people stabilized and focus more one-on-one. I would say about 91% of the people that we house stay housed. I've been doing this for about 6 years now. In the last 6 years, we've seen 3 families go on to be homeowners.
Maggie, do you feel like the experience that you had at the House of Mercy was a positive one?
I feel like I really did have a positive experience because it was such a unique way of learning about the homeless people in Williamsburg by going through a simulation of the interview process that they have to do. And I feel like I got the most information out of that by really being in their shoes and seeing exactly what they have to do.
Tatiana, do you feel as though the people that you were portraying in your scenario would have their needs met by the people at the House of Mercy?
Yes, actually, definitely. That was probably one of the things that was most impressive to me about everything that the House of Mercy does, was that in my scenario, I was a character that was actually pregnant. And so having asked her questions about, okay, what do I need to do to get food for the baby and like baby materials, the person that was interviewing us was so just open to willing to help, and she knew exactly what I would need. And at the end of the interview, she presented me with a package filled with a bag, and I think it had diapers, it had like baby clothes and everything. And I was grateful, even though I knew that I wasn't actually in that situation. I felt grateful for the person that would be in that situation, and that's extremely relieving.
Ronan, in the scenario that you were playing, did you ever feel as though the questions that were being asked to you by the interviewer were too personal or invasive? Did they make you feel uncomfortable or anything?
I think at the end of the day that the House of Mercy was really trying to help these individuals, and it's a really genuine mission. So the questions that they asked, while they were a little bit invasive, it was all with the intent of helping the person better themselves and get their life back on track.
Sam, did your experience at the House of Mercy give you a better idea of the experience of the homeless and working poor in our community?
Yeah, I got to go through a really interesting interview process, just as if I was one of the people in need who come in. And I also learned a lot about how many people are facing, poverty and homelessness in the community. And just, you never know, they could be living in the woods right behind where you're walking. So I thought it was really good day, learned a lot, and I'll definitely keep it in mind as I move forward.